Welcome back. Same story, different day. With tonight's loss to the Phillies, the Marlins have now dropped 10 of their last 11 games. To put that into perspective, they've lost 5 straight series dating back to August 21st. Not good. But water polo gold medalist and Miami native Ashley Johnson was at the game. She threw out the first pitch. Maybe the fish could have used her on the mound because the Phillies, they were all over Marlins starter Jose Urena. 4 runs in 5 innings. A really rough start for the right-hander. The highlight of this one, though, came off the bat of Ichiro Suzuki. He's 150th career pinch hit at bat, and it's his first pinch hit home run. But it wasn't enough. The Marlins still lose 4-3. All right, the great opening week for the Miami Hurricanes just got better. Mark Richt's team is back in the rankings after their 67-point demolition of Florida A&M on Saturday. Miami heads into the week ranked 25th in the country, according to the AP. And this marks the first time they've been in the top 25 since 2013. It makes it a little sweeter that they bumped their in-state rival Florida Gators out of the rankings. But as Miami gets ready to host Florida Atlantic this weekend, the rankings will be the last thing on their minds.
It's not like, it's our first time there ever. I mean, that should be the standard. That shouldn't be something we get overjoyed about, and I don't think we will.
My main focus would be just winning the next game. To me, rankings don't really mean anything if you don't go out and play.
All right, the summer of spending continues in Sunrise. The Panthers and forward Jonathan Huberdeau agreed to a 6-year extension. The Cats still showing a strong commitment to their young talent. The AP reports that the extension's worth $35.4 million. The 23-year-old has 1 year remaining on his original contract before the extension kicks in. Huberdeau finished with 20 goals and 39 assists last season, and he was a major piece of that Panthers first line alongside Alexander Barkov and Jaromir Jagr. Some soccer tonight. The United States faced off against Trinidad and Tobago, a 2018 World Cup qualifier. The biggest story was young phenom Christian Pulisic, who became the youngest player ever to start for Team USA at just 17 years old. He dazzled on the field, and he set up Josie Altidor's second goal of the game there as the Americans take the win 4-0. And that'll do it for sports. We'll be right back here on NBC6. Welcome back. As we discussed earlier in the show, the Miami Hurricanes return to the football field today in a newly renovated stadium with a brand new head coach. And it was a good matchup for Miami to start a new era against Florida A&M, which finished 1-10 last year. First series, senior Corn Elder picks off FAMU quarterback Kenneth Coleman, and that would set up Brad Kaya's first touchdown pass of the year. And Kaya wasn't done yet. Second quarter, Canes up 14-0. He threads the needle to the tight end Chris Herndon. Double coverage, Miami up 21-0 and counting. Just a few clicks later, junior running back Joseph Yerby, you think he's going to head to the sideline, but he's headed for the pylon instead. 64 yards all the way for the touchdown. Canes up 28-0, and they just kept piling it on. Third quarter, Miami now up 49-3, and it's good to see this guy back on the field. Junior Braxton Berrios, back from a knee injury, takes this punt all the way to the house. It was all Hurricanes in this game. The Mark Richt era has begun with a blowout. Final score 70-3. The trio of Miami running backs, Mark Walton, Gus Edwards, and Joseph Yerby, each with over 100 yards rushing. Brad Kaya finished up with 4 touchdown passes, despite being replaced with the game decided in the third quarter. Overall, he was just pleased with the performance his team delivered for its new head coach.
Yeah, it was great. Couldn't have asked for anything better on all sides of the ball, just to make for Coach Rick's first game, a win like this, and hopefully this just carries on and continues. And just his first season is memorable, and hopefully he doesn't have to go through what the last guy went through.
Meanwhile, in the Swamp, the 25th-ranked Florida Gators hosting UMass. This game was tight until this play right here. Receiver Brandon Powell breaks one tackle, makes the other guy miss, and then streaks down the sideline to lift UF to a double-digit lead. Florida would never look back after that. New starting quarterback Luke Del Rio, son of former quarterback and head coach Jack Del Rio, finished with 256 yards and 2 scores. Final score 24-7. All right, the Marlins have lost 6 of their last 7, with the team being affected once again by the injury bug. Yet somehow, they're still just 3 games back of the second National League wildcard spot. So every game matters for Don Mattingly's boys. And today, it was the second game of their series in Cleveland. Miami starting off on the right foot. Christian Yelich stays hot. He opens the scoring with a 2-run double to deep center. Miami up 2-0. But even with Jose Fernandez on the mound, the AL Central leading Indians went to work at the plate. Jason Kipnis takes in yard, a 2-run shot to right. In the third inning, Cleveland would take the lead again, and this time for good. Carlos Santana knocks a single to center. Francisco Lindor scores. Fernandez just 5+ innings of work as he gives up 6 runs. Miami drop another one, 8-3. And that'll do it for sports. Keith, back to you.